Hello and welcome back to Henchman, the Henchman story. Honestly, I've been looking forward to get back into this one because it seems pretty funny and I'm really interested in this one. So far, we're just learning the layout of our own lair. Well, not our lair, but the person we work for, Lord Bedlam. We have our supervisor, I believe, Dave, and we've already met one superhero who stopped us in an intro. I forget her name, but yeah, it seems really good so far, so I'm curious of how it turns out and continues. The cafeteria isn't much from what you might find in high school or a prison. Really depends on your perspective. There are long, stained tables with uncomfortable plastic benches attached, a tile floor that is probably what a grizzled war veteran would look like in floor form. Okay, I'm assuming this means like battered and dirty, and the faint smell of mold and hopelessness. Most of Lord Bedlam's fortress is in much better shape, so it's strange that the cafeteria is so banged up, right? Wrong. See, Lord Bedlam, maybe head honcho everywhere else, but this place has its own Dark Master. History teaches us that whoever controls the food supply gains incredible leverage. The lord of this terrible domain learned that lesson well. So long as Lord Bedlam gets his tuna melts, the despot has absolute autonomy. Janitors, maintenance, engineering, none can defy his will. Not here in the heart of his kingdom. So Rose Antonio Giamatti, master of the cafeteria and my stomach's personal tormentor.
Next! Hey, talking to you, pal!
Okay, hello there, Chef Antonio.
Oh, sorry. What's on the menu today, Chef Antonio?
We got bologna casserole, bologna hot dish, and bologna surprise.
I think the best option might be the hot dish, because I don't want to trust the surprise. Bologna for a month. Bologna. That train we hijacked last month must have had 5 cars full of the stuff because we haven't seen any other meat since. I glanced down at my options. I only see 2, though they're each labelled as hot dish and casserole. They look exactly the same. Tricky man. Maybe the surprise is different. Surprise, I guess. Let's go with surprise.
I think I'll try the bologna surprise.
You got it! Surprise! It's casserole.
Okay.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I mean, yeah. At least it's nothing worse.
What? You say you want a surprise, so I surprise you with which one you get.
Makes sense.
You're surprised, ain't you?
I mean, technically, but those 2 dishes are exactly the same. Why even give us a choice if it doesn't mean anything?
The same? You little shit! What do you know about the art of cooking, huh? You think you're some 5-star chef or something? Just 'cause they look the same don't mean they taste the same!
Fair point, I suppose.
But you're right. I don't know anything about cooking. I'm sure they taste very different.
Good one, Stan.
And
Thank you for the meal.
It's a start.
Ooh, what happened? Is the ray go backwards? I guess not. No, there's no... I don't think there's a scroll back. Scroll up. Oh, okay. Roll dialogue backwards. Okay, so page up and page down. No.
Thank you for the meal, Master Chef Antonio Giamatti.
There we go.
It's just...
As I walk to my seat, I have a sinking feeling that I have made a horrible mistake. Maybe there'll be some hidden meaning here about the illusion of free will or something. Or maybe I should just remember that you can never beat a chef at in his own cafeteria.
Next! Come on, Oberon, get a move on! I know they got lines in England. Don't you pretend you don't know how it works because you call it a jubery-do or something. Come on!
Q, yeah. I tell you what my day was like after lunch, but honestly, it wasn't any more exciting than the first half of it. I stood by a door for some more, had a few more awkward conversations with Dave, and clocked out. The only thing I did differently today was take advantage of my personal food stash for dinner. It's running low. Only a few protein bars and ramen packets left. But better to tap into it than face Antonio again. So yeah, it's like I said, other than my apparent rivalry with our lunchman, I live a pretty normal life most days. Sleep, eat, work, repeat. Thrilling stuff. Of course, not every day is the same. We have different assignments each day of the week, for one thing, and every now and then we have that what Lord Bellum calls an operation. In other words, supervillainy. As it happens, this Wednesday is an operation day. Issue 2, operation day. Cool, we survived day 1, or issue 1. Operation day begins the same as any other day. I mean, they kinda have to. Can't do much when I'm asleep, and I don't want to smell like crap. So that means heading to the locker room like usual. There's an intangible difference when we're getting ready for an operation, instead of the normal workday. I'll say that. The locker room has an air of tension to it, in addition to the usual odor. People are giving each other nervous glances, or cracking bad jokes to calm their nerves. I mean, it's not like anyone expects to die or anything. Superheroes don't kill. One of the perks of being on this side of it. Good point, that is a very optimistic point of view of being evil. But it will hurt a lot, because they can dislocate and break bones. Still, getting hit in the head enough times has its consequences, as Mace found out. Or the legs, if you ask John Kess. So, I mean, we have every right to be nervous. Crap, I know I am. Not Dave, though. He's actually excited about the whole thing. I know, big shock. Just blew your mind.
Morning, buddy! You know what today is?
Orientation day. Operation day.
Yeah, it's,
Operation Day! Oh boy, I'm so excited. I've got that tingly feeling in my bones.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
well, that's more than I needed to know.
Aren't you excited too? I hear this is a big one.
Bigger than when you left us to be beaten up by the superhero. Sometimes I wonder if Dave makes these little slips on purpose, just to screw with me. I'm not sure if that's better than them being Freudian. Okay.
Oh yeah, you know me. My excitement levels are like at full friggin' capacity. I live to get powerbombed by masked millionaires with messiah complexes.
Pretty much.
Oh, I don't think any superheroes will be there this time. I heard this is something totally different. They'll never expect it.
Is it going to be like... Okay, I'm actually curious now. I'm pretty sure you said something like that every time. If Dave were a weatherman, every day would be sunny. I mean, that's optimistic.
Well, just in case they do expect it, I'd better make sure I have time to stretch. See you in the main hall.
As an aside, if you're thinking of starting a career as a henchman for some insane reason, never forget to stretch. You think this would be obvious, but tons of people totally skip it. Trust me, last thing you want to do is pull a hammy while running from some Adonis type, because they will not miss an opportunity to look cool. They'll uppercut you into orbit and strike a pose regardless. It happened to one of my buddies, Mordecai. Fun enough guy to watch a basketball game with, but not quite as funny as he thought he was. He kept trying to call himself Mordecai the Mechman. The Henchman. But it never took. In hindsight, he was a bit of a schmuck. Of course, this stretching stuff goes both ways. Once we get away from Red Phantom. We once got away from Red Phantom, totally unscathed, because his car cramped during his big entrance. Bonus lesson, don't jump through a window if you don't have to. Yeah, that's unnecessary property damage for a superhero to do. After freshening up and getting my stretch on, I head to the main hall. Before I can even get there, I can hear the hum of the jet helicopter thing powering up. I think we call those Bedlam copters. I hope I'm not, but I hope I'm wrong. Crap, I think I'm actually a little late because Lord Bedlam has already arrived on at his podium. Not that I've missed much, Lord Bedlam likes to give his motivational speech before operations, and well...
The shadowy masters who control our society are growing nervous, my comrades! With their hold on the artisanal baloney industry shattered, they see the writing on the wall! And that writing says they are the ones who are ruining the weekend for everyone! Not the righteous masses who just want the orc barbarians to stop wearing jeans!
It really just seems like our boss is just a giant nerd who doesn't like internet trolls. Yeah, you get the picture. We don't actually get briefed on the details of these things. Only Lord Bedlam and a handful of his top, employees know what's going on. Need to know basis, I guess.
I know that each and every one of you are dedicated to our noble cause, and that you will follow both my own orders as well as your captain's without question. Seriously, no questions, no chit-chat, and no scuttlebutt. If you're all being a bunch of chatty-Cathy gossip queens, then it makes us look bad, and we need to look our best today.
Okay, I think that's pretty reasonable. Thank you for being reasonable, Lord Bedlam. What? Who are we impressing? The rent-a-cops at the place we're sticking up certainly won't care. Besides, how professional can we look in purple spandex?
Now go forth, my comrades, and let loose the hounds of our endless parade of glory!
I mean, elongated man. I think he looks pretty good in purple. I don't think Lord Bedlam writes these speeches down. If he does, he certainly doesn't have an editor. Anyone who shares my feelings on Lord Bedlam's eloquence certainly isn't letting it show, though, and I follow suit. I can't bring myself to cheer wildly like Dave, but I can dutifully fall in step with him as we head to our proverbial chariot. As we file into one of the Bedlam copters, I can hear the roof opening there for us with a groan.
Oh, this is it! You ready, buddy?
Just have my back, Dave, please. All set, partner? Not ready. Don't call me that. Sure. We'll stay positive.
I've got your back if you've got mine, partner.
Yeah, see?
You bet!
As we strap into our seats, the engines roar to life, and like that, we're off. Have my back, please, Dave. Don't leave us to die. Wherever we're going, it's further away than usual. This flight is getting kind of long. I'm not the only one that realizes it either. Some of the guys have been exchanging confused looks. Eventually, though, the pilot makes an announcement.
All right, meat shields, put on your makeup and hold on to your eyeballs because we're in the pipe and going in hot.
Is it just me or does this voice actor seem familiar? I feel like it's been on a cartoon before, I think.
Actually, we're third in line in, so we're in a holding pattern for a bit. Then we're balls to the wall with foils locked and guns blazing. Woo!
Is Dave flying this? I'm pretty sure these things don't have any guns. I'm also pretty sure that we're trained most of our pilots with video games and film clips, since we don't have actual flight simulators. Well, I'm pretty sure, isn't that how people are... well, not literally, but I'm pretty sure aren't some people getting trained by video games for the army stuff? I could be wrong. Yet through some miracle, we don't crash during our descent and move to join the henchmen that are already on the ground. Okay, I see a bunch of broken computers, so we're not stealing those. Some kind of office and a fight is already... sliding down one of the Bedlam Copter's rappel cables, it sends me through a hole in the roof of whatever building we were hovering over and land. It lands me in some kind of tech office. At least it was an office. Our hole in the roof isn't the only one. There are at least 3 that I can count. One for each Bedlam Copter, I guess. And a few smaller holes in the walls that are probably from weapon fires. Is someone else fought here, and are we just like looting whatever remains? A lot of the equipment has been wrecked, but what's left looks impressive. This is definitely fancier stuff than we usually appropriate. Can't figure out what it is though. Robotics? App development? I'm not sure. Most of the other henchmen seem to move on, but Harvard doesn't stand guard over the few scientists that have been rounded up. I know the whole squad stands in the middle of the room, with Lord Bedlam at their head.
Excellent! Reinforcements! You lot!
He points towards my squad. Damn it, I know what's next.
You shall remain here as our rear guard! The rest of you, with me!
No problem, Lord Bedlam. You heard him, squad! We're the rear guard, and the rest are going with him! That last part isn't really relevant to us, but I just wanted to make sure you heard.
Thank you, Dave. There's a cheer from the other squads as they rush to join the others as they follow Lord Bedlam through the nearby door and out of sight. The rest of us aren't cheering. Here's the thing about being the rear guard. You're guarding the entrance and exit, right? So while your job is pretty uneventful if nothing goes wrong, you're also the first line of defense against outside interference. You follow me? If a superhero shows up, we're the ones who'll run in first, or run over, to be more accurate.
Oh boy, the rear guard! What an honor! Gosh, how long has it been since we've been selected for that?
I don't think it would have been that long, really.
Last year, I think.
Oh, okay.
Some lady with wings broke your clavicle.
Okay, that sounds unfortunate.
Oh, right! I sacrificed my body for the glory of Lord Bedlam.
He sacrificed his body so that we could rob a smartwatch factory. Not even the good ones, just some cheap knockoffs. Looked like they came with a kids meal.
Hopefully Lord Bedlam's glory will come sacrifice-free this time.
But if it doesn't, we'll be ready! Right, team?
Okay. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. We take up the position next to the window on the opposite side of the room as the captive scientists. I want to be as far away from them as possible. Sure, we'll let them go when we leave, but that's one thing we do that really bugs it. Hold on. That's the one thing that we do that really bugs me. Stealing is, whatever. It's just stuff. But taking hostages, that can't be fun thing to go through. I pull my stun baton from my belt and begin messing with it to take my mind off the scientists. Plus, I need to make sure it works. Sometimes these things short out, and I have a feeling I'll need it. Yeah, someone's definitely showing up. This place is big time. It's just got that feel. That means we're going to attract attention, and that means... Oh boy, that sounds like a Superman equivalent. Someone who can fly, at least, and can be very hard to take down. Suddenly, something floats through the wall to my right. Dave and I are flung forward and tumble to the floor. As quickly as I can, I scramble to my feet, grasping my baton. However, as I turn to face the source of the explosion, my jaw drops. Or Iron Man equivalent. And a superhero showing up isn't a surprise, but that's Shining Nova. Shining goddamn Nova. As in the person that took down the Skull Syndicate and went toe-to-toe with Dr. Calamity's Supreme Ultra Death Bot. Crap, we're screwed. We're completely screwed.
Time's a factor here, so I'm only gonna say this once. There's no way you can beat me. That means you can either give yourselves up or get your asses kicked.
Well, Dave's gonna choose the latter.
Your call. I can't make it for you.
I really considered just giving up this time around, but I should have known better. By taking any time to think at all, I've given Dave a vast edge in reaction time.
For Lord Bedlam! Charge!
Dave and most of the other henchmen charge wildly. Some raid their sun batons, others fire with their beams weapons. It goes about as well as you'd expect. I'd like to imagine Dave was the first one hit. Not, well, I wouldn't like to, but... What henchmen that are left seem to be fleeing. The ones that are further away from me, further away than me, at least. I'm maybe 5 meters from Shining Nova, and he's staring right at me. Oh god, he's staring right at me.
Hey.
Sup?
Dive for cover. Desperately, I leap to my left, just as Shining Nova raises his hand. That loses a blast of energy. I can feel the whiz by. I can feel it whiz by me, and it's like come crashing down behind the desk. Fortunately, it was not. Unfortunately, an ordinary desk won't be much good. And even as I try to climb to my feet, I'm knocked down again against the blast. The second blast blows the desk into splinters. As I peel myself off the floor, I see a pair of metal feet stepping in my tracks. Looking up, I find Shining Nova standing directly over me, within my arm's length.
Aw, don't go. We're just getting to know each other.
Looking at Shining Nova's armor this close, I noticed something. Armor can't completely cover the wearer's joints. There are little gaps that might give way to some lighter, more flexible material. It makes sense. How else could Shining Nova even move? Maybe I could work with that, or I could always try the classic. Ooh. That's gonna be. This is a tough one. I'm gonna save this one because this is a good one. I'm gonna go with the knee, I guess. Desperately, I grasp the baton and thrust it towards the crease in Shining Nova's knee armor. Being so low to the ground, it's not a problem. Maybe, just maybe.
What the?
Somehow, miraculously, I jam the baton in the crease between before Shining Nova can react. Nova tries to move the leg, but on instinct, but the baton keeps it from bending. Now's my chance. With Nova confused, I lunge for the other leg and wrap my arm around it. My grip secure, I start to standing up, taking the leg with me. Shining Nova isn't that big, at least a head shorter than Miss Dynamo. Miss Dynamo is the one who beat us in the intro. With the other leg hindered, and this one in my grasp, I'm able to tip Nova over and...
Hands off!
Oh crap. So it turns out that Shining Nova's arms, has arms too. With arms and arms with elbows that can be driven into my the back of my hands and grab my uniform and throw me across the room. A little oversight left me trying to crawl to my feet for like the time in less than a minute, but no big deal, minor detail.
Alright, tough guy. I admit, I'm a little impressed. I can't think of the last time one of you cannon fodder goons even slowed me down.
Guess I should ask for a raise.
A raise? So you're one of those mercenary types.
More like unemployed with a lot of debt types.
And so you decided this was a worthwhile career move?
Hey, beggars can't be choosers, right?
This is one of the least confrontational conversations I've had with a superhero, but it won't last much longer. Not if Nova's aggressive stance is any indication. I've done pretty well so far. Maybe I can stretch my luck just a little further. I glance around looking for a solution. As I look around, I realise that just where I've landed, a few yards to my right, are the engineers that Lord Bedlam has took as captives. Not far enough to my left is a door leading further into the facility. They're still tied up, so they can't escape, but maybe that's why Nova isn't rushing to finish me off. For fear of their safety, to be honest. I have the exact same fear. This is just a job. I don't want to hurt these people. Then again, Nova doesn't know that. Maybe I could bluff my way out of this. Or should I just take a break for the door and hope for the best? I feel like threatening him the wrong one. Definitely better to just make a break for it. I don't want Shining Nova to blast me, but I don't want these people to get caught in the crossfire either. They've had a bad enough day as it is. Besides, I dodged one shot, maybe I can dodge a second. As I weigh my options, Shining Nova steps forward and hatches open the mechanized hero's waist, revealing a small dark gun.
Alright, look, I don't want to injure you, but I can't exactly have you running around causing trouble either. So it holds still.
Before Nova can continue, I push aside the pain, muster what stamina I have left, and scramble towards the exit.
Hey!
Ignoring Nova's shouts of warning, I reach the door and almost there. But not quite. Just as my fingers grasp the handle, I feel, shot in the neck, and suddenly my body feels like rubber, like a puppet. I've lost its strings. I collapse to the floor with a groggy moan. Everything's a blur, and the sounds echo through like I'm in a cave. Damn, didn't think tranquilizers would work this fast. As my eyelids start to close, Shining Nova steps into view, visor glowing hypnotically as my vision starts to fail me.
That was a stupid move for a smart goon. Now, why would you...
Although Nova's silhouette is hazy, I can just barely make out their helmet glance in the direction of the hostages.
You're one interesting guy, Mr. Henchman for hire.
Even though being put to sleep is better than being knocked unconscious, in this case, it doesn't feel like I'm snoozing in my bed. Instead, it's a deep, dreamless slumber. 1 second. All I see is blackness, and the next...
Come on, buddy! You have to get up!
Where? What? Dave?
Hi, Dave.
What's
Thanks
going
for
on?
standing over us as we sleep.
No time! We've gotta go!
Onwards, my loyal compatriots! Onwards towards retreat!
There's only one Bedlam copter. If we don't get on, we'll be left behind!
With Dave's help, I managed to stand up. A quick look around tells me that he's right. A lone Bedlam copter is holding next position. Holding position next to the hole Shining Nova they made in the wall, and there's no sign of another one. Lord Bedlam is already climbing aboard, and we'd better follow suit.
All right, I'm good. Let's go.
Together, we... At least it looks that way until a familiar black and blue blur falls through one of the holes in the ceiling.
Hey there, sunshine. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see your raggedy-ass outfit here when I got the call. A data science facility's one hell of a step up from a pet store.
Welcome back, I guess, Miss Dynamo.
But you're not too much of a big shot to leave without saying hi now, are ya? After all, we're old pals, ain't we?
Oh, you know me. I'm not big on long goodbyes. So awkward.
Wait, you know her, Stan? But she's a superhero!
Case in point. Dude, you were there, remember? Briefly, anyway. She dumped me into a trash can.
Yeah, that was great. That picture of you was trending for hours. Would have been a great night for me. If you clowns hadn't ended up giving me the slip.
Yeah, we were pretty slippery, huh? Oh, what a night that was. Just a peach of a time, wasn't it, Dave?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I didn't know you cried so much when you had fun, Stan.
I'm easily moved, Dave. You know that.
I think with that, that's a good time to end off, really. So, thank you if you enjoyed, and hopefully I can see you on the next one. With that, goodbye.